If you were to draft a one-page kind of launch contract for recent college graduates, maybe you've done this already, setting shared terms on short-term financial support during that first year post-college, what might you include in that contract?
Well, the contract would certainly lay out expectations of the parents. If you have been supporting kids or you're thinking about providing some financial support for your children as they enter the real world, you need to be specific about the extent of that support you're going to provide. And so, for example, if the kids are moving back home, that contract needs to spell out the terms of that return to home. You're living in our house, so I would suggest that you don't allow them to live entirely rent free. And by rent free, I don't necessarily mean that they're going to have to pay you $500 a month to live there, but they need to pitch in financially. So maybe you're not charging them a rent per se, but they're expected to pay for their own groceries. Or perhaps they're expected to pay for a share of the utilities or the internet if they're taking advantage of that. If they're there without any sort of financial obligation, then there's no incentive for them to leave the home. And you want your kids to launch. You don't want them to live in your house forever. And so if they've got skin in the game and they're paying, for groceries, utilities, or even if you decide to charge them rent, they have an incentive to move on and find their own place if they're not living there rent free. And so certainly there you need to lay out the terms for any sort of living situation. If they are living on their own, but you're providing financial support, you need to lay out again how much support you're going to provide for them. Are you going to help pitch in for the rent? Are you going to let them remain on your cell phone plan? Are you going to pay for their car insurance if you've been doing that? Or are you going to pay for the car loan? Be specific about what you will pay and what they will pay, and if there are any cutoff points. Like, I will keep you on our car insurance until you get your own job, for example, or I will help you pay for rent for the next 6 months or for a year. Be specific so there's no question in either of your minds as to who's going to be paying for what. So that's what I would do.